foul trouble and because of Yax's injury, we saw you guys do a smaller lineup that we honestly haven't seen that much this year, given how talented and creative you guys generally are. What is it like when you realize, okay, in a game this big against a team as big as Arizona, you have to go to something like that, and how much of an adjustment is it?
Last year, I think I played a little bit of four, and it's obviously our smaller lineup. I think all of our guards are capable physically and mentally to be able to, cover for each other. And obviously, when you got guys like Aday and Marez at the paint, I think they really help as far as like rim protection. So I think it's just a physicality standpoint, and it allows us to be even more dynamic when you have different looks that obviously we haven't played much of a small ball lineup, so it's a different adjustment for the opposing team to be able to scout that.
Larry?
Aday, how much did Dusty Ray's success with Vlad and Danny Wolf in the past setup footers, how much did that impact your decision to come to Michigan this year?
Well, that was one of the keys from me coming here to Michigan. Just watching him use Vlad and Danny the way he was using them. I thought it made me think about the way I think my style of game is similar to Vlad, I would say. So it was easier to make the decision with them playing like this. So.
Nancy?
Dusty was saying that because of Arizona's size, that Elliott was actually missing shots as a way to get you the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And he was talking about how difficult it was for him in terms of getting the angle right. What was it like for you being on that end of that kind of offensive?
Well, I was talking with Easy, just ways that we can play the pick and roll. We were talking, we were saying to attack the paint, to attack the big, and try to go him going to the paint. He doesn't have anything. He's gonna jump the big man is gonna jump. So I will be ready for rebound. If not, just I would say just let him play. He's so good as a point guard. He sees everything. So I think he did a great job when he had to attack the paint and when he had to pass the ball. So it's just easier to play with him.
Right in the front.
Roddy, last night, Ray Jackson on the Fab 5 cast said he's tired of getting to this point, he's been losing and he wants this group to take care of that and win it all. What would it mean for this group to win a championship together?
I think it means everything, especially everything that we've been through, adversity that we've been able to overcome throughout the course of the season. I feel like it was just yesterday we were just all going in northern Michigan and be able to kind of really understand each other from a broad perspective and being able to learn each other's backgrounds, I think was very important. And looking back at that moment, I'm very appreciative to be able to kind of dig deep and learn our teammates. And I think that's what really kind of built our chemistry this far. And we've just been able to kind of build off that and really enjoy each other's success.
In the back?
Yes, how are you guys going to sleep tonight? You're playing for a national title tomorrow, obviously. How do you think you're going to sleep tonight?
I want to sleep good because I didn't sleep yesterday. So I went at 3, 4 a.m. to sleep. So I'm gonna sleep pretty good.
Yeah, I think take a ton of cherry juice just to try to tire ourselves out a little more, just because we know we need that rest, especially to make up from last night's.
Ready?
Aday, when you left UCLA, how much of your thinking was that you needed to change or expand your game versus you just needed to be in a different system?
I didn't think that I had to expand my game. I knew that I was able to do all these things that I'm doing right now. Also, I'm probably not doing things that I know that I can do right now, but I know it's in my game. So it was more trying to change the system, as you said, program, maybe trying to find more opportunities than trying to spend my game. So.
In the blue?
Roddy, you and Yaxis have spent this year wearing each other's uniform in warm-ups. How have you seen him handle these last 12 hours since the injury, and how has the team handled it?
Yeah, I think Yax is really focused on getting his recovery. I think he's done a tremendous job getting with our medical staff as far as getting the right images and you know, getting, like, prioritizing his recovery. We know that nothing's gonna stop Yax for being available and being able to play on Monday. So right now it's just about how comfortable does he feel, and I think that he's more than excited to be in this moment.
Aday, you love Mark and Paul Gasol, you said those two defective players. Now, how's Dusty May's system allowed you to maybe play the way that you aspire to play?
I would say just the freedom that we have as a players and the confidence that he gave us is probably one of the keys. We don't play like with with sets or plays, or we just like hoop. So it's easier like that to create, like to play your game. So I would say that freedom makes it super easy.
Ready?
For both of you, what is it about this team DNA that's allowed you guys to get out to big leads and then press on the gas in these tournament games?
I think it's our ability to like really stay connected with each other, especially on the defensive side. I think we really hang our hats on the defensive side, and I think when we're really locked in and we're communicating and getting stops, getting rebounds and out and run, I think that we're really the best team in the country. So I think that's where it starts for us, and then when we get in the rhythm, I think offensively it's just more free flow.
Great.
For both of you, Dusty was taking notes on the UConn game yesterday. Did he share those notes with you guys, and if so, what did they say?
I think his notes is just like how comfortable they want to be in their sets. I think that it's going to start with a disruption, especially on our point defender. We know that they run, an NFL playbook as far as getting their shooters open shots. So I think we got to be really connected, and our disruption got to be elite if we want to be able to make them uncomfortable.
Ready?
For both you guys, was there anything that Dusty asked or the staff asked as you were considering Michigan that indicated they were trying to figure out whether you fit? Anything they wanted to know about you that indicated they wanted to make sure all the pieces fit before they brought him in?
No, I don't think so. I think they did a great job just knowing who they wanted to recruit. And I think like just by getting together, practicing, and knowing each other's roles, like each one's roles, just by doing that, we all knew that what we had to do and how. So I think it was pretty much that, just knowing each other and knowing like our role in the team.
Yeah, on top of that, I would say Coach May did a really good job of recruiting personalities. I think our personalities really gel well when you look at it. I think that we have a really connected locker room, and it's something that's just not really seen as much. So I think that we are really happy for each other's success, and that's something that's really big. But as far as that, it's just about the buy-in once you get the personalities.
What personality trait did he prioritize?
I just think good people off the court. I think at the end of the day, Coach May always kind of talks about leaving a mark not on the court but off the court as well. He said he wants to jealous in the men at the end of the day. So I think that his personality trait is just being coachable. I think that's just one of the big keys as far as his.
Dan?